me to dance, taking a chance.
It's been a hard day's night, and I've been working like a dog. It's been a hard day's night, I should be sleeping like a log. But when I get home to you, I find the things that you do will make me feel alright. You know I work all day to buy money, to buy things, and it's worth it just to hear you say you're gonna give me everything. So why on earth should I moan? 'Cause when I get you alone, you know I'll be okay. I should be sleeping like a dog. But when I get home to do, I find the things that you do will make me feel alright. So why on earth should I moan? 'Cause when I get you alone, you know I'll be okay. When I'm home, everything seems to be right. When I'm home, feeling you holding me tight, tight, yeah. It's been a hard day's night, and I've been working like a dog. It's been a hard day's night. I should be sleeping like a log. But when I get home to you, I find the things that you do will make me feel alright. You know I feel alright. You know I feel alright.
Well, how beautiful is that? Thank you very much, you guys. Thank you. Let's bring everybody in here. So, welcome to the show we call Good Morning Nanton Live for the Nanton community, promoting all the great things that are Nanton. And that includes our service groups, our, of course, heroes in town, our businesses, and events that we're going to be promoting throughout the show. And, of course, the great people like Jason and Vanessa who are our Highway 533 band. I don't think there's very many shows like this that you can say we actually have like a house band. You know, okay, I feel like a little bit like a Seth Meyers or something like that. Don't you think? So you know, you make us feel like superstars. I want to thank you for that.
Thank you.
Yeah. Good morning to Alec as well.
Hi. Good morning.
Hi, Alec.
What are you this morning here? IT emotional support.
Yeah. Because normally
Okay.
just IT support, but today I'm going to IT emotional. Because IT
Emotional support. Okay.
technical things can be a challenge, right? So I'm here for all of it. I'm here for all of it.
Excellent. Yeah, way to go.
This morning already.
Really? Okay. Okay. Well, I see some IT support already being done here by Alex, so thank you very much. So
In the background, it's always
in the
quiet.
background. That's right. So thank you very much for that. How's that? Is that a little bit better there, Alex?
That's perfect. No, it's
that's
great.
Perfect. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Good.
Awesome.
Who else? We've got.
Look at all these people we have coming in here.
I
today.
know it. It's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
What is going on here? So
It's awesome.
let's just say hi to Catherine. So Catherine, she was telling everybody to dance. So we'll dance. As soon as we get happy birthdays going, we'll dance. And then we've got Holly here joining us. We've got Maria. Hello from Cincinnati. Keith is here.
Yeah,
and
good
good morning
morning.
from Randy. So
look.
who's this? Norm is here. Hey, Mom's here.
too.
So speaking of Mom, I think that's a great segue to a little promotion of Euro Radio, exclusively Nanton.
So
Hold on,
you gotta watch it again.
Hold on. We're going one more round here. We got to do one more round. Of course, you got to tune in. Okay, go to our website. There we go. And these people did actually hurt themselves in the making of this commercial.
A little bit.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
there we go.
But they're watching it from the app on their TV, right?
That's right.
Whatever.
So yeah, so that was what we were promoting, is the fact that now you can tune into our radio station, not just on the website, on the Apple TV app, Apple Watch. So if you're running, you can listen to our radio station. You can also tune into it on the Amazon, Alexa
Fire.
and Echo and the Fire Stick and
Roku.
yeah.
Wow.
and-
Roku and the
Play
Fire
Store.
TV and
Yeah, anywhere and everywhere.
and you can download the app on your iPhone and your Android. So like all of them, everything.
Hey,
you can get it anywhere.
I don't think the
That's-
app's ready yet, though, is it?
That's crazy.
Is the
you
app
guys.
ready?
You can get the Euro app, EURO
Oh, yeah.
APP.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's only
Is
been
it is it available on Clomper yet? Do you know?
Clomper. We are working on Clomper
they're
right
a little
now.
bit tighter with their
Restrictions
the
on
permissions.
who they allow
yeah,
on
we
their
gotta hire a
platform.
lawyer to figure out that contract. So
I love that you guys just roll. That's awesome. There is a very funny comedian named Mark Maron who's one of my favorites, and he taught.
Oh,
yeah.
he talks about all the platforms, and he's like, you just think you're up, and then some guy comes out and goes, you have Clomper? You got to get Clomper.
Yeah.
So that's kind of like, it's the running joke. If anything new, is it
But you know what the funniest thing is that now that I've got these new glasses, I feel like I now look like Mark Maron. So
a little bit.
I do.
Maybe with the black ones you would, yeah.
Yeah, I think I look like him. And now with these new glasses, I also feel like I look like David Letterman. David Letterman. No, just anyone with glasses. With these new glasses, I now look like.
Oh, did anyone know that Dave has to get new glasses?
Yeah, boy, let's talk about that again. I did know he does look a bit like Clark Gable, doesn't he? He's got a Clark Gable.
Yeah,
kind of look
exactly
because Clark Gable I think had glasses at one point.
With these new glasses,
I thought Clark Griswold is more his
Griswold.
style. Yeah,
Griswold.
that was who you're thinking.
Yeah, sorry,
Griswold,
Griswold,
Clark
right?
Kent, so.
No.
I think we'll get to our interview today with Chad here, so we're going to bring Chad in.
We're setting the tone, Chad.
Yeah,
Take notice.
Really,
this sounds like.
Yeah, really appreciate it. Can everybody see Chad fine?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm the only one. I guess I got to get some Chad glasses now so I can see Chad really well. Chad. So guess what? Chad's going to be our guest today, and he's going to be joining us for many segments of this show. We usually start, of course, we start with a Highway 533 band, and then Alec comes in and gives us an update because him and I are working in this show together, Whispers at the Manor, which his wife actually wrote so he's got a play that we are working on, and I'm going to go to rehearsal because he never gave me permission to go play crib yesterday. So instead of going to rehearsal, I wanted to go play crib at the Stavely, or was it the Stavely Community Center or something like that?
No, Claresholm. And I don't wield nearly as much power as you think I do.
Oh, okay.
I'll just be clear about
He's
that.
just taking orders from the higher powers.
Yeah,
the higher powers.
I'm at the bottom of the ladder. I'm right at the bottom.
So I've got some evidence that that we've got a professional singer on the show today, and Chad. So we're gonna just play a little bit of this here. So yes, we do have this. And so when it comes, I'm really excited about our birthdays today because when it comes to our birthdays,
is there a lobster playing the drums?
Yeah, there's a lobster. Yeah.
Amazing.
Look at that.
That's wicked.
Crazy. So Chad, do you want to fill us in on what kind of a happy birthday we're going to get today when we sing happy birthdays for our community based on this video that I'm showing right now of you doing Rob Lobster?
Okay, wait, before you go, Alec has to leave.
I know Alec has to leave.
I know you're trying to extend it as long as possible.
Okay, I am trying to keep him here as long as I can.
I know.
Okay. So Alec, I know you got to go. So we'll talk about Chad singing more in a second here. But
I wish I could stick around. Yeah.
Alec, of course, is a host of Connecting Claresholm, which is very similar to what we do here. And I join him as well on Fridays at noon. And we talk about the Claresholm community, just like we talk about the Nanton community here this morning. Yeah. So, Alec, why don't you fill us in a little bit on what's going on in the Claresholm community? And then after you do that, I got a little preview video. Check this out. Look at that.
Yeah, I'm going to say exactly what you're about to hear. So we've got an event coming up next week on Saturday. It's a talent show. It's a fundraiser for a couple of young folks in town that were both in separate motor vehicle accidents, and so we're just trying to raise some money to help them out. And we've got some acts coming from Such Drama, and this is the cool part. The headliner is Mariah Stokes, so everyone kind of knows Mariah.
Yeah,
she's awesome, and so she called me yesterday, and we were just sorting out sort of what she needs for the live show, and I said to her, "Hey, do you want to be on this unbelievable show called Connecting Claresholm?" And she went, "Ah!" Of course I do. So she's going to be our guest on Friday, which is really exciting. And she's got some exciting news, which I won't talk about right now. But she's got something happening also on Friday in her world that she can talk about. So she's going to join us on Friday. And Amanda Zimmer, who works at the local press right over behind me, over my shoulder.
Yeah.
She'll be with us as well. So it's going to be a fun show on Friday, and we're going to be really promoting and talking about the big fundraiser happening on Saturday.
Sounds amazing.
That does sound amazing.
Yeah.
Keith says, "Peace be with you, Alec."
Thanks, Keith. I'll wave at you as I drive past your restaurant.
Yeah,
I always do.
And I still am going to say that the only reason why you want to rush out of here is because you know happy birthdays are coming up. So
yeah, it's true.
That's the only reason you want to rush out.
Oh, bye.
You normally
Dave,
what? I
come
didn't
on,
do
man.
that. I didn't do
I
that.
was just saying.
I
Look,
didn't do that.
I would normally. I'd love.
Stop it, Chad.
Right,
You normally would what?
Nothing. I
Just
gotta go.
say-
I gotta go pick up.
just say
I gotta
bye.
go pick up kids.
Yeah.
You guys have a good weekend.
Okay.
We'll see you
Okay,
next
later.
week. Bye.
See ya. Bye.
So bratty.
Oh my goodness.
He's in a bratty mood today,
He is.
people.
I know.
No, I'm talking about you. Don't say he is.
He is. You're
I
right.
am.
No, he is. Okay. Well, you know what? We should probably get to the happy birthdays. And then right after that, we're going to talk about the coming to the end of a contest that we had. But first, we'll do birthdays, and then we'll talk about the contest. So I just want to make sure that Chad's ready to go. So, Chad, you all good to go there with the happy birthdays?
I'm going to do the visual part.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll just do
Okay, that's fine.
I'll do the banner action while the song goes.
Nice, nice.
Okay, so what have we got for birthdays here? Let's just check them out. Oh, we got quite a few. So we have Quinn has got a birthday. We got Teresa's got a birthday. Danny's got a birthday. Presley's got a birthday. Karen Gibson, Heather, Madeline, and they're all eligible to win this
Not
free.
win.
Well,
Not
they
win.
get. Okay,
From
I'm
our
sorry.
sponsor, Fused Bubble Tea
My
and Balloons.
apologies. They get a free bubble tea.
Come into the promenade today and get a free bubble tea for your birthday, sponsored by Fused Bubble Tea and Balloons.
That's right. Chad, it's too late to try to convince us that it's your birthday as well now, okay? So now that you've seen that, no, it's too late now. So, yes, you can go in. You don't win. You get a free Fused bubble tea for your birthday. So as long as you're on this list. So going again, Quinn, Teresa, Danny, Presley, Karen, Heather, and Madeline, all happy birthdays. Let's take it away. Highway 533 band.
Happy birthday to you.
You.
Happy birthday to you.
You.
Happy birthday,
Gwen, Teresa, Danny, Presley, Karen, Heather, and Madeline.
Look, it just keeps going.
Keep it going.
Happy birthday to you.
The
Yay!
never-ending happy birthday banner. We've never had a happy birthday banner on the show while we've been singing this song. So that's awesome. We've got happy birthday here from Norm. We've got some laughter from Holly. And Holly also, the banner does it for me.
Too.
So,
me too.
No, that's a great addition. Okay. Oh, look at this. Party at Chad and David's.
Oh.
Really? Look at this.
Who are they?
I had no idea we're having a party, Chad.
Oh, Chad and David are having a party. Okay.
We're having a party for everybody. Virtual.
Cool.
Okay. Well, happy birthday to all those people. Make sure you get down and pick up your bubble tea from Fused over in the Promenade. And congratulations to you guys and for, surviving another year here in the world. So we are going to now talk about, since we just talked about the birthdays, of course, don't forget about, if we're singing happy birthdays, you might want to also come and sing the wagon at the Wagon Wheel Pub. Now, this date is a little bit. Oh no, that's right.
No,
that's
that's
right.
right.
That's
Yeah.
right. Actually,
You're on it.
yeah. Okay. So I didn't realize I was so on this. I got it right. So the February 20th is going to be our next karaoke night. We're going to raise some money for the Nanton Community Broadcasting Association, euroradio.ca. So make sure that you come on out Tuesday night. What else is happening on Tuesday night before we get to, because we were talking about birthdays, we also have to talk about baby making, right? So it wasn't there.
That's not happening Tuesday.
So the baby making it could be baby making contest here. So this is going to be coming to an end. We are going to be announcing the official winner of the baby making contest on next week's show, and maybe have the baby on the show as well. So
goodness.
that
Okay.
would be pretty cool.
Wow.
So a prize package from Sandstone Pharmacies and Dar Boren, who is another volunteer here at the station,
As well as
oh yes, that's
TSI
right, TSI
Yardworks.
TSI Yardworks
is going to do a yard cleanup for that.
That's right.
That happy couple.
That's right. They're putting a package together to do a little yard work for the happy couple. So isn't that awesome?
Yeah.
So this package we now valued at something like
$550.
Oh, 550, not 5,000. Okay.
Right.
I thought it was closer to 5,000, but
We'll get there.
we'll
Every
get
year
there.
we'll build it up.
That's right. Exactly.
People will be making babies just to win the prize.
I just want let's just check in with Chad on that one. How are the babies coming along there, Chad?
Well, I got a tip for new parents. You can't have enough receiving blankets because the baby spits up, wipe go, and you don't.
Oh yeah.
And for people who want to buy gifts for new parents and newborns, don't buy anything that can't open up on the front for quick.
Yes.
The malfunction in the diaper. The kid pull over their head. It's a nightmare because it's over the head, and it's.
That is some great advice there, buddy. That's some great advice. I'm gonna have the perfect segue to introduce Chad, who I've known for a very long time in the Calgary area before I moved to Nanton, and I got a great segue for him because we were talking about karaoke that's happening on Tuesday. Something else is happening on Tuesday, and I think it's important to promote it a little bit so that we can make sure that people are maybe tuned in to what's going to be happening on Tuesday. Do you want to talk a little bit about it? Because it has something to do with bigger, biggest announcement and biggest prizes.
Yeah, they may not find out about the prizes on Tuesday, but they'll definitely get filled in with the announcement. So we're making a presentation to Town Council at the THRC Council Room. You can also see it live stream. They're still on Facebook and the YouTube, I guess. I have to say because I'm old. And so, we're going to just do a presentation, let them know what the Nanton Community Broadcasting Association has been up to. It's almost been 3 years since we started everything, with the radio and all the things. I mean, the show we've been doing for a little over, this will be our 4th year coming up
as our 4th year doing this show.
But so giving them some updates and
coincidentally, after 4 years of doing the show, found out that we've got our number one fan who's actually here on the show with us today. So
longtime fan
of the show. Yeah. And now he's begged me for so long.
Longtime fan, first time guest.
Yeah. But he's begged me for so long to come on the show. And I've just kept kind of saying, oh, Chad, I don't know, man. Let's just hold off. No, I've wanted to have this moment for quite a while here with Chad. So we get to have Chad Saunders on the show today. Chad Saunders is Studio Bell, Director of Operations, and today of Special Occasions as well. So
happy birthday banners.
That's right. Exactly.
Right. See, you're already prepared. You knew exactly what to do. You're a pro.
Now you understand. So let's now change that over to what it actually is, which is special events. So, so Director of Operations and Special Events at Studio Bell. So, Chad, why don't you fill us in? What exactly does that mean? That fancy title you've got?
Yeah, it's a kind of it's a hard to describe sort of umbrella of what I do at the National Music Center. For those who don't know, the National Music Center is the Studio Bell building downtown in Calgary. Mm-hmm. It's our biggest artifact is actually the King Eddie, and that was slated for demolition. And I won't go too much into the history, but that became basically the catalyst to build this giant 160,000 square foot building we call Studio Bell, home of the National Music Center, which houses the stories of Canadians. There's no such thing as Canadian music, but all the things that Canadians have done to influence music, and there's all sorts of education programs, performance, exhibitions, you name it. It's pretty cool. We do artist development as well. And so my role as Director of Operations and Special Projects and Special Events and Special Occasions is I'm kind of behind the scenes. I'm my team is all hiding in the back. So,
Chad, are you sure about that, Chad? I just want to double check here. Are you sure about that, Chad?
This is extracurricular activity here. This is the band I asked to help out with the CJSW wrap up party, and this is our band, the Crustaceans, hence the lobster.
Amazing.
And we got a Mummy on guitar, Oscar the Grouch on keyboards there, rocking it.
Yeah.
We just 4 practices, and then we covered the B-52s. And apparently, the electrified stage. That was the end right there. I got electrocuted, and that was the end of the show.
Amazing.
That is amazing, Chad. You're quite the performer there, buddy. Let's just jump a little bit here, because before Studio Bell, you were the station manager over at CJSW 90.9 FM, right? Sorry, 90.1. 90.1?
90.9. Yep.
90.9. I got it right the first time. Sorry. Okay. So 90.9 FM, CJSW. And I was actually a programmer on that station for quite some time. And that is, I want you to realize that that's, of course, where my career took off. And I was able to flourish in the broadcasting industry. It's because of you and people like you.
Well, community radio and CJSW and what you're doing here is a vehicle for promoting what's going on. We used to have a show on CJSW when I first started. I've been volunteering there since 1990, if you can believe it.
1990. Wow, you are old.
Same hairline, though. But I will say that, when I joined in 1990, I was going to school at the university. And over the past, I don't even want to do the math on it, 30 plus years, I guess, now. But, it's a vehicle for doing what you want to do. And Calgary doesn't have a journalism program. At that time, it was just a hangout for students. And of the station over the years, there's lots of examples, but I think the best example is that while you were getting a degree that had nothing to do with journalism or radio broadcasting or any of that stuff, you could be a broadcaster and a lot of opportunities. So anybody in the Nanton area, you have quite a transparent and permeable platform. You want people to help out, be guests, and all those things. So, on paper, campus community radio, CJSW, or community radio like this, community media, it doesn't make sense on paper. CJSW, at the time I worked there were 3 paid staff. We eventually got a 4th to help out with some volunteer coordination. We had close to 200 volunteers in 12 different languges. And on paper, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Wow.
No hard drives, no computers to just let it autopilot.
Yeah.
You were on late night. That was live radio. There was always somebody there to answer the phone when people used to phone. And, there was dead air if you fell asleep, but for the most part, you knew somebody was there all the time. And, the people that have gone through the doors of CJSW have gone on to start radio stations in Nanton and community platforms for media like yourself. People, Al Shadolani, leading researcher on HIV vaccination and research on that virus. Amazing. Yeah. We had people work as security advisors for the United States government. People who are doctors, people who program the festivals in your town, people who are just making their way, whether it's for a semester or two, or in my case, been around still for 30 years making. I still volunteer. I don't work there anymore, but I do the odd show fill and hang out and stuff like that. So yeah, it's a really
awesome
medium, community media, whether it's radio or what have you, is really cool. It's really rad to meet people, and it's just learn new music, find out community information. The list goes on and on.
Yeah, absolutely. And
I just want to say, I think the best thing too is it's what you make of it. So, we've had an evolution since the start of okay, we're just going to play music. Okay, now we're going to do this. Okay, now we're just adding this on, and it's going to continuously do that.
Now we're going to have the kindness crew.
Yeah.
Now we're going to have the news at the top of the hour. Now we're playing it for the THRC, the Boys and Girls Club are coming in doing their own show. It's
what the community needs from it. It's not like a commercial station that's like, here's our plan, you must adhere to it.
Yeah.
It can be whatever we decide and what the community wants.
That's right. Exactly. That's a great way of looking at it, actually. Like, it's a little bit the other way around. It's not like a commercial station where they program it and then they tell everybody, this is what you must adhere to.
Yeah.
This is what you must listen to. We are going to tell you. No, it's the community comes in and tells us, this is what we want more of on our local hyper-focused radio. And that hyper-focused part's really important. Our hyper-focused radio station and our media in our town. And then we get to create that. So like we said, we have the Boys and Girls Club, which is now BGC. They get to do their own show once a month. We're teaching these kids in the youth program how to do, broadcasting, how to write, how to present, those skills that you may have been talking earlier about people taking, degrees at university and the radio wasn't really related to those degrees. You could still broadcast, but broadcasting is related to everything they do.
Mm-hmm.
It gives them a skill set to be able to flourish in whatever they do. And I've seen that over and over and over again. And so to be able to have, the kids from the elementary school come in and do their own recordings and have that on, for us to be able to play the music as the broadcaster for everybody at the public skate and the shinny and stuff over at the THRC, which is the Tom Horniker Recreation Center here in town. That's a huge thing as well. And while they're skating, we get to tell them all about what's going on in town while they skate. They get to learn and be educated at the same time. So we're entertaining and educating at the same time. This is what our mandate is. This is what we're trying to present. And you and I had a conversation at the NCRA. They had a conference in Calgary, and you and I got together and we were talking about this whole concept. And that's when the hyper focused idea came up. When we say something on our radio station about somebody in town or a business in town, everybody who's tuned in knows exactly who you're talking about, because it's their neighbor, their coworker. Their neighbor, that's right. Yeah. Their neighbor, their coworker. It's not just a face in the sea that's unrecognizable, and that's so important to what we're doing here. Chad, I want you to talk more about that.
Well, look, community media provides a context for everything. I mean, the fact that your program started off with happy birthdays, that mirrors the Filipino show on CJSW doing shout outs for birthdays. It's one of the
nice.
Hey, but you're able, with this platform now, with the computer involved, you can see who's listening. You can give shout outs. Someone could send you a quick message right away and going, oh, don't forget this Sunday they're doing construction on this road, so you should probably avoid it if you're going that way. It's more than that, though. It's more about these are the things happening in our community, and you provide a context for it all. It's Family Day weekend, lots of things happening. You're talking about playing crib in Stavely or Claresholm. You're talking about people that are able to actually engage, and we're losing that a little bit. You talk about hyper focus. It's more like, that's true, but it's more like, what you want to get rid of the statement, oh, I didn't know that happened. Or was that?
Yeah, that's right.
Exactly.
That's exactly. Yeah. You know what? That's a good segue. Let me just bring something up here for you. As you say that, that's really funny. We post this a lot. Oh, I wish I had known about that event. But where can we go to find out what's happening around Nanton? Well, you can go to euroradio.ca website calendar, the euroradio.ca radio station, top of the hour updates, live announcements, Good Morning Nanton Live, which we do right here. We are here to keep you fully informed, Nanton. No excuses. Exactly what you just touched on.
Yeah, and for the record, that wasn't like a setup. That wasn't like
no, not at all.
It wasn't.
There was no rehearsal.
There was no rehearsal in that. No.
Just great minds thinking alike.
That's right. And it's supposed to be fun. I mean, I don't want to, you have a very positive program. We used to say at CJSW, some of the issues with, say, commercial platforms is they kind of got to make money, and they kind of got to design their programming around that model. And so some commercial radio, for example, tries to provide a soundtrack so people keep working. They have noise in the background, and maybe they can sell a mattress. That's their model, and there's nothing wrong with that if they're actually engaging with local talent. Wouldn't it be great that you could turn on whatever radio station, country music radio station on AM, all the way through to what you're doing, and hear somebody from your community? Maybe once an hour, you might hear somebody who's in your town playing, instead of, and again, it isn't disregarding any of the big pop artists or any big artists, but they need their attention too. But you still root it back to where those people came from. Those came from a small place, whether it was a big city and a small audience, or they're a big fish in a really little pond. You got to face all of that stuff. So when you have the musicians to kick off your show, when someone sees, oh, wait a minute, I can I do that too? Yeah, you can. There's no barriers here. It's like I always joke about it. It's the biggest risk of like having community media is that everyone shows up, and that's okay. You try to do everything to all. You try to be all things to all people, but you only have a certain amount of time. with the broadcast to do that. But it's engaging. Everyone should have something to say on the radio. And when you curate it, I mean, my transition from radio station to museum worked really well because it's all curation. It's all how you present it. You know, you want to present. It's a performance. Every radio show is a performance, and it's information and some songs and some good times and some stories, great guests, whatever. Like, you're curating an experience for everybody, and that's maybe the person loses a little bit.
There was a conversation. We were just in Sydney, BC, for the Station Manager Summit, and there was a conversation about how the Junos are coming up, and all of those Canadian artists, possibly all were played by community radio stations in their local towns, in their local areas. And so we should celebrate their success. We should celebrate the fact that they're being recognized on the Junos and where they came from. And, again, it's our neighbors, it's our friends, it's the kids we grew up with. That it's possible. It's a dream, right? It's for kids too, to understand the dream of, we're from Nanton. There's some incredible people in Nanton who are so talented, not just with music, but with art, with sports. We had just recently somebody who was part.
Oh, sorry. Did you hit that?
What?
Did you hit that button?
Are we talking about the incredibly talented people? Is that what happened there?
Just, automatically it just
all right.
All of a sudden came up to me. I thought you hit the button there.
No. My hands
are
are
sorry.
off.
Okay. My
but whatever you think, Dave.
Okay.
You're right.
Have we at least got a smile from Chad?
Well, I got an example to what you were just saying, Amanda. So literally this week, two DJs in Calgary that I've known forever and ever, Pete and Mike, aka the Small Town DJs.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, we're familiar with them.
Their song, they have a song nominated in the Underground Dance Song of the Year of the Junos.
Yeah.
So, for those even in the Calgary scene, they're like, "Oh, what? Really? You got nominated?" Like, you don't know, and they've been stalwarts of the club scene for a long time. Pete's been on my show to debut songs. They're pals with our Friday night lineup on CJSW, blah, blah, blah. But what's interesting is they dropped us a line. They were just like, "Hey, we hear you have a 303 machine," which is a drum machine, which is pretty.
I know what that is.
A lot of the beats that you hear in hip hop and classic rap, along with dance tunes. Anyway, we have Richie Houghton, who is from the Windsor area, Ontario, huge influencer of the Detroit scene, which is a classic example of Canadians having more influence once we go away, and we need to keep people in our communities to be able to increase talent, But anyway, 303, March 3rd, is where they wanted to kind of make use of the drum machine and kind of hang out. So we're kind of trying to talk to them about what we can and can't do with that artifact. But what's really neat is we have a living collection, and we want to plug it in with the artists that are in the community, which then comes back. Who's Richie Houghton, says somebody. Well, Richie Houghton was the kid in Nanton that was, DJing our local club all the time. And some of that actually got nominated for a Juno one day. And you're like, who would have known, and you got to give these platforms to young. And it's not an ageism thing. It's like young at heart, young in spirit. Like, if you don't have platforms for people to make art and share art, then you're going to miss out a huge component of what it means to have that illustrated and showcased on your platform, which is I'm gonna just bring up a few of the comments here so we make sure we get some of these in, because there's some good ones. Of course, we had Norm here say, "Wow, crazy interesting." Also said, "Love being here in Nanton. Wouldn't want to be anywhere else." Also said, "Looks like a blast. Rock on." Also said, somebody said, "I'm your number one fan." So we're going back a little ways here. So also, let's see. Somebody said, this was back when we were talking about town council. Looking forward to you coming to council. I'm going to assume that's maybe TSI Yardworks. Maybe that's Victor.
Yeah.
And then we had Norm saying, no, King Eddie's was not sure what that means. Back in the day.
Was the shirt back in the day.
Was the shirt back in the day? Yeah. Yeah. And then Shalane, I know Shalane was on here, said, great shirt, Chad.
Yeah.
Great shirt.
The Bachman exhibit, it's actually closing in about a week. So you got to come see 80 of Randy Bachman's guitars, including the one he got when he was a kid. I think he was like 13, and he got a Sears catalog. What was it called? It was like a silver tone sunburst or something for $35. Yeah. So
wow.
Wow.
The gift shop at National.
That's so cool. So when we visited Cleveland in the last summer, and it has the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and there's amazing artifacts. So to think we have one in Calgary, we have an exhibit that also displays, music history, and you guys get items like that. And, there's different programs that come through is amazing. It's little Calgary has the opportunity to have the same types of things and showcase music and history, and it's fantastic.
Yeah, we had somebody. Sorry, Chad. I apologize. Go ahead.
So great story about Cleveland. And National Music Center, when the whole idea was being incubated about 14 years ago, it takes a long time to build these cultural institutions, for sure. The fun facts about the Cleveland Rock and Roll Hall of Fame when we were designing our building was they didn't have a proper freight elevator in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. So they have to shut down did you see the escalators in the Cleveland?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's amazing. Yeah.
All the stuff up to the second floor. They have to shut down. So we built really good freight elevators from that.
Yes.
yeah, that's right.
But also what's really cool is, and this all ties back to Randy Bachman. So his American Woman guitar was housed at the Cleveland Rock and Roll Hall of Fame until we built our building. And so our cultural heritage was going south of the border and being showcased in Cleveland. No offense to that. It's awesome. But our director of collections, Jesse, flew to Cleveland, had special paperwork to pick up the guitar and bring it back. And it was one of the first artifacts in the building, even when it was a construction zone. We had Randy play. We suspended construction, and he played the American Woman guitar in our building for construction workers and donated.
Wow.
On the what is now the fourth floor. But yeah, he rocked out and played.
That's amazing.
Which was really, really cool, And at one point, he put the guitar down and was kind of posing with people, talking to people. And then Collection said to me, I got to go and take photos. Don't lose sight of that guitar. It was just laying on this. Well, I wasn't stage, but I kind of had to guard this guitar. But what we do in addition to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame is that I mentioned it a little bit earlier, but we have a living collection. So if you go see the exhibit with Randy Bachman, yes, you can't touch Randy's guitars. They're on the wall, the display cases. That said, in the one corner, there's 4 stations where you can pick up a very comparable guitar that Randy Bachman plays, put on a headset, and play along with Randy Bachman. He does.
Wow,
that's very cool.
On how to play guitar. So
that's cool.
Want people to touch artifacts, because a lot of music is all behind glass and you can't touch anything.
Yeah.
Lots of interactives and lots of ways for those artifacts also to take the stage with certain artists that come to play. Like when Randy Bachman played his 3 sold-out shows a couple of weeks ago, he got to activate his collection that we had loaned from him. So that's pretty cool.
That is awesome.
Obviously, touched my heart a little bit here. So
your glasses.
Thanks a lot. Yeah, my glasses are fogging up. I'm new to glasses, so
emotional time. So.
Yeah. I'm not sure if this was Jen who said this, because Jen said it's Jen, but I'm not sure which one of these is Jen. It's connection to our communities, and that's so important. I'm going to assume that that's Jen. And also,
but it's not just Jen.
It's not just Jen. I was going to bring that up. It's not just Jen. It's Jen, our mayor Jen, Canadian Grain Elevator Discovery Center 50/50 winner, Jennifer Handley, our mayor,
winner of $4,910. Way to go!
That's right.
Nice.
Yeah, congratulations to Jen on that one. That is awesome. Also wanted to one of our board members for the radio station here on Nanton Community Broadcasting Association, Ryan McTighe, who also does the color commentating for the Nanton Palominos game that we did last night. I did the play-by-play. He did the color commentating. It was fantastic.
And it was live on the broadcast.
It was live on the broadcast. Yeah. We do that on the radio station as well, Chad. He was apparently the very first birthday that we sang.
I didn't know that. I didn't
know that.
I
didn't know that either. So for him to come back now, nearly 4 years later, and say that he was the first birthday that we sang on this show, that is incredible. It was the first birthday mentioned on the show. I'm glad it's still being done. Yeah. Ryan, thank you for bringing that to our attention. What do you think of that, Chad? Isn't that amazing?
Well, this is the thing. Like when you feel like you own your radio station, even though you have nothing to do with it other than listening every week or popping on as a guest, like that instills the true ownership of community radio, right? Like it's
absolutely.
It's not owned by you two. It's for the purposes of sharing with your town. So when you go to town council to illustrate all the things that you're doing, it's less. It's like there's the metrics. How many people are tuning in every week? How many hours does it take to put the programs together, etc.? But it's the story.
I'm going to write notes.
All like that.
I'm going to write notes. I should include that.
We're taking notes here. Hold on. Okay, you can continue now, Chad.
Oh no, I was just saying it's like when you have that connection for anniversary and for connecting to the community. I mean, the stories that you're able to tell to your town council about what's happening with your radio station and what you're doing to connect everybody. It's the little connections. You might have a great, amazing guest one time and that's super, but you might actually have another guest on that, might be seemingly great, cool, whatever, and you just kind of was part of the day, but you might have incubated something that you don't know what's going to happen in your community. So, and don't understate your stories that you're able to tell to your council. Mm-hmm.
Well, one of the things when we were first talking about launching, this medium in Nanton, and as it got going and we were looking at the metrics and we were looking at the numbers, we had already had somebody who came in as to do a work experience program from Lethbridge College. So they came into the station, they completed that, they got their diploma, they graduated because they were able to come to our station and engage in that. We had somebody else who was part of our summer job program, who's now the morning show host in Strathmore. Okay. So I don't care about the numbers. I don't care about the numbers. Nobody could be listening to this station and we are still making a huge difference in people's lives. Yeah. And that is what touches me the most.
Yeah, for sure. You like I said, you don't know where people are going to head off to, right? And what they're going to do. I mean, I one short story, I remember getting a collect call from London, England from a volunteer who was over there and said, can you kind of really showcase my production abilities? And I said, you did a little bit here and there. And they're like, yeah, but I have an opportunity to work for the BBC and the John Peel sessions.
Yes. Oh, wow. Yes.
Well, don't screw this up. I said, I'll vouch for you, but you got to work extra hard to make it perhaps they think you have filled, Anyway, Jenny is now, I'm not sure exactly what she's doing, but she later became a producer for CTV television and produced a whole bunch of programming for the, was it the Vicky Gaboreau show? Does that sound familiar? Anyway. I think so for sure, but nonetheless, he actively programmed live television for over a decade based on experience, and that was just coming in to do a show every once in a while and maybe learning how to do a show promo. So to anybody out there, it's so much easier than when I first started with the old
reel
reel to reels. Yeah.
You had to hope that a record store would bring in some music that you wanted to buy, and now it's just a click of a finger and it's probably in your pocket on a cell phone. It's easy to be savvy, but you have to be, and again I bring this back up, but you have to be able to curate what you're into. I love listening to shows or listening to people where I don't know anything about that stuff. Isn't it great when you have like a member of your community come in and talk about something and you have no idea like how awesome what they do is, or when you're able to put together a music set that is like unbelievable and it showcases an artist that's playing at your local venue. I mean,
Yeah.
that like, wow, I like that song, and I didn't realize the song I liked more is somebody who actually lives in my community. Like when you can curate all that, and it's like you said, like you don't care, but you do care because you want everyone to come on and go. How many people are watching right now? 2? Well, those 2 could show up to your gig and be the biggest fans for the rest of forever.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it was the overall point I was making that even without listenership, we're creating a huge impact. Of course, we know that we can create an even bigger impact when we have listeners and we're promoting our community to people who are tuning in and never knew anything about our community. So that obviously has a huge impact as well. The overall point, though, like I said, we're making strides and changing people's lives, even if we didn't have listeners.
Mm-hmm.
I need to get to a couple comments that came in here. This one really cool. Tracy says, my daughter, who is a global news anchor, started in community radio, loves telling local stories. So that's really cool.
Yeah.
Sorry?
Excellent example right there.
Yeah. And then there was one here that came in a little while ago, and I'm not sure if this was from Lisa because it's kind of an anonymous Facebook user, or if it was about Lisa. I believe a good friend of mine is still involved there.
I think she's talking CJSW.
Yeah, she was talking about CJSW.
Yeah.
I believe a good friend of mine is still involved there. I think that was from Lisa because I don't think Lisa is actually at CJSW right now. Or,
Yeah.
do you know?
Lisa used to do programming on Monday afternoons way back when I first started. And she's now a broadcaster at CKUA.
That's right. Yeah, she's a broadcaster at CKUA. That's why I'm thinking that this is from Lisa. And she's saying that a good friend of hers is still involved over at CJSW. So Lisa Wilton. And I knew actually Lisa Wilton, she wrote some stories as well. I think she was writing for, it was the Herald or the Sun or something like that. Maybe she did both. I'm not really sure. But yeah.
That comment about Lisa was by Lee, says Brenda.
Oh, it was by Lee. Oh, okay. Got it. Okay, thank you, Brenda. I appreciate that. Also, this is really important and a good segue into something here. I'd like to connect with the New Year's baby. So
maybe that's Dar. That must be Dar.
either that's Dar. Maybe that's Dar. But we'll make sure that everybody who's involved with that New Year's Eve baby, and basically, I called it the baby making contest. So this is the baby making contest for 2024. Really important here that I think we do have a winner. We're going to announce that. But what's also really important when it comes to, the making of babies is also the neutering of pets. And we made the news. So do you want to get rid of that comment there for me, Amanda?
Sure,
if you can get rid of that. We made the news, and I think this is a great segue into it.
For the unlucky in love, there's nothing quite like the affection of a pet. And if you're looking for a bit of revenge this Valentine's Day, this Southern Animal Shelter has a fix for that too.
Contest is just send us $50 to help cover the cost of the spay and the neuters, and we'll name a cat after whoever you want us to name your cat after.
A chance to neuter your ex. In the week since its launch in the community of about 2,000, the concept seems to be catching on.
I've got a Tyler and an Ian and a Rick and a John.
All men.
All men so far, yeah. Come on, you guys.
Only first names are used, and the initiative helps keep the town's feral animal population under control. Nanton isn't the first shelter to offer the opportunity. A similar program in Humboldt, Saskatchewan has been heralded as a big success. We never expected a post to see so much attention, the shelter posted on social media. You have donated a total of $2,250, 45 cats to be named.
All over the world, overpopulation of community cats is a huge issue. So really we need to work all together to take care of those cats.
In Blackwood, New Jersey, the campaign has seen a few Ians and Tylers too. The idea is so popular, the Homeward Bound Pet Adoption Center plans to keep things going well beyond Valentine's Day. Nanton Shelter plans to extend its campaign too.
We try to look around, try to find something different to do, and hopefully it piques interest, and this one worked.
The chance to help an animal while healing heartbreak. A Valentine's Day win-win. Heather Yurks, West Global News, Nanton, Alberta.
So, 2 things. Very Bob Barker of you to run that episode.
Thank you.
Second of all, Heather Yurks was a volunteer at CJSW very briefly before she went next door to NUTV at the University of Calgary and learned how to do basically community television. And so she's doing that story. See, it all comes together.
It all comes together.
It all comes together. I was also part of New TV, actually. So I was a volunteer at New TV as well. So we got some laughter here from Norm. I love it when people just put generic things in here, because then we can just use this for it. So anything you say, Chad, is now going to be laughed out loud by Norm. So I love that.
I owe a tour at the National Music Center at some point.
Get his name down. Shalane came on also and said, "Good morning, Nanton has been so valuable when they moved to Nanton during COVID lockdown. It helped us get to know our town."
Us too.
Yeah. We didn't know anyone or much about Nanton. And this show, we constantly hear that. We constantly hear people saying, we moved to Nanton. We also produce the Welcome to Nanton bags. And we also produce, I don't know if we've got one here, but Amanda, if you see it, we've got the mini directory, so the business mini directory. So the Nanton Community Broadcasting Association is responsible for creating the Welcome to Nanton bags, and I can actually bring that up here because we do want to promote to everybody that the Welcome to Nanton bags, there we go. So we got that one there. And we've got the mini directory as well. So business mini directory, we produce that as well. And that is actually due right now. So we want to make sure that all the businesses in town get their information in if they want any advertising in that, and reach out to us, and we'll get their advertising in there. So we have to promote that too. But man, it's such a cool, the whole hyper-focus thing I think is really, really cool. And I wonder if it's something that's going to take off in the future, that more small towns are going to be able to produce something like this to be able to keep their town informed of what's going on in this dynamic way.
Well, somewhere in your community right now, someone is producing a podcast or something like that. Let's just call it a podcast. And they're playing their favorite records, right? They're playing their favorite records that they've ever played. And they make that curation, they send it to their pals, and you find out about it. That's content for your community that you can play. That then ties into, let's just say they're really into Baroque influenced rock and roll. You know, all that chords, all that stuff. Like there's a niche of that, and all of a sudden you're connecting to whoever is into that, and they're like, really? That's coming out of Nanton? And it's like, it should be a surprise, because the diversity in your community, even with the stereotypes of, well, it's just small town Southern Alberta. What's going on in Nanton? I stopped there to get gas and an ice cream before we leave town. No. All year here, you wouldn't believe what's just a block that way, or what's actually air in the airwaves hitting radios and computer desktops and cell phones about what's going on. So that's the riddle, is to figure out who's doing cool stuff in your neighborhood to help come back to your platform, which then, again, I keep repeating this, but it's curating the whole experience of who's in your community and what they're up to. And that's a testament to you two doing your hard work, and your team that you do that. So congratulations. It's really awesome.
Thank you. Why don't we take this moment here? We're just about at the end of the show here. We're going to bring our house band back in. They're going to take us out, of course, for the show. But in the meantime, why don't we...
There's something going on with the house band before this.
Well, at least you got your shirts back on. So just in time. So that's good. So we are going to take a quick look here. And Chad, why don't you do me a favor? As the guest of the show, this is our community calendar here. So the Nanton event calendar. We're going to take a look. Now, every date that has a square around it indicates that there's something going on in Nanton on that day. There is not a day that doesn't have a square on it. So why don't we kind of go over some of the stuff here? You'll see some of the hockey that's happening. What's this here that we've got?
Our show.
Oh, your show. Look at that.
Yeah,
the
show we're on right now. Yeah. On our radio station, we've got the Canadian Lunch Bucket. We also have some bingo that's on here now. Silver Willow Lodge has got bingo. We have bingo coming up at the end of the month at Raymond's Restaurant.
That's right.
People are going to win stuff. More hockey. There we got the public skate, the shoot around, new at noon, another show on EURO Radio. You could tune in there. The link's right here. More public skate. We also have the walking indoor walking program. So that's happening at the Bomber Command Museum. And then we've got some junior curling, Mosquito Creek Music Open Mic Night as well on Wednesdays. So
you missed karaoke.
Did I miss karaoke?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's
Good
okay.
karaoke. So on the February 20th there, karaoke. And then we've got the First Nanton Scouts. We got pickleball coming up, the Nanton Youth Program. Nanton Chamber of Commerce AGM is coming up. One thing we don't have in here, I don't think, is specifically, we don't have, and we better put it in here, our town council presentation. I know we've got the regular meeting of council, but this is not actually on Monday, is it? So because of the holiday, it's going to be on Tuesday.
Because of the holiday, it's actually, I'll change that to edit it to this time around. It's on the Tuesday.
Yeah, on the Tuesday.
So we'll need to adjust that. But I just saw too, Brenda said, need to add the Leo's Food and Flick March 16th. Brenda, it's already in there.
It's already in here. Hold on. Let's look at this. Load more events. Hold on.
You might have to go to the top.
I have to go. What?
Okay, never mind. You're good.
I'm good. Let's keep going. Oh, this is making people dizzy. I know it is. So March 16th.
March 16th, yeah.
So March 14th, 15th, 16th, right there. Nanton Leo's Club Food and Flick event. Look at that. We've got it in.
Yay!
See, we've got it in there. So, so we also produce this here for the community so that everybody can stay informed. Again, we want to make sure, no excuses, everybody. You guys can stay informed. Just keep tuning in. Go to the website. Look at what's going on. Chad, I want to thank you very much, man. I really, really appreciate your time. Some great stories. You made me cry a little bit. So very inspirational guy. I love talking to you. And I hope that you come back on the show and spread some more joy here with your happy birthday banner, please.
Oh yeah, it's here at the ready, just in case.
Good.
All ready to go. But my pleasure joining you today and your guests and Highway 533 band. Nice to meet you all too. And yeah, Amanda, nice to meet you as well.
Nice to meet you, Chad.
Real pleasure to be on your show, and I'll come back anytime.
Awesome. Thanks a lot, Chad. Have a great weekend. Okay, buddy?
Take it easy.
Okay. We're going to say goodbye. We're going to wrap things up. I think we covered pretty much everything, right? I didn't want to talk too much about the Nanton Palomino's game last night. Not really worth mentioning, really.
I put all this effort into one thing. I need to play it here.
Let's do it.
Okay, wait. It's down here.
What is it? That's right.
Friends of AB Daily do a hot dog lunch. I remember having hot dog day at elementary school. It was the best day ever, mostly because I got chocolate milk and and they would have hot dogs and little sugar cookies. So the Euro Productions Entertainment Services was the sponsor for this month's hot dog lunch, and we hope everyone enjoyed their lunch that they had. So that's
Euro Entertainment, Euro Productions Entertainment Services, Euro Productions Entertainment Service.
Yeah.
Oh, so that's our DJ company.
That's our DJ company.
That's our
DJ
DJ
we don't
company.
talk about it.
No, we don't talk about that very often.
But and just one more thing, Southern Alberta wedding fair, so we'll be there. Come say hi. If you're getting married, drop us a note and we can send you tickets. You can be there with your gal pals or your wedding party or your fiance or whomever you want to be there with, and check out all the local wedding vendors around the High River area.
Perfect. Thank you very much, everybody. All the comments. Thank you so much, you guys. That makes this so much more fun for everybody when you get in here and you comment and engage. And we want to thank you for being a part of our show. Also, Highway 533 band, thank you very much for being a part of it. And you know what? Let's say have a great weekend, everybody. We'll see you next week on Good Morning Nanton Live.
Something to me all the time. Too much and always stoned. I'm drinking, baby, drinking all alone. Don't know what the hell I got. Whatever it is, an awful lot. Hey, I'm gonna lose control from my liver to my very soul. To the phone, time and time again I've tried, but someone answers and I know he lies. Don't know what the hell I got. Whatever it is, an awful lot. Hey, I'm gonna lose control from my liver to my very
Bob Barker reminding you, help control the pet population. Have your pet spayed or neutered. Goodbye, everybody.